In Minecraft, multiplayer is easy to get into. It's the getting out that's really difficult. Think of it as any gang that requires you to die if you choose to leave. That's Minecraft multiplayer. So anyone can host a server, and the admin is the only person who can add permissions for new players. It's really designed to be a perfect hideaway, but you know it's never that simple. Multiplayer in games has been a bag of mixed nuts. There's some that will end up being quite fun, but then there are friendship killers like the new Super Mario Bros. For the Wii. Minecraft's multiplayer can literally go either way. With the freeform design of the game, the things you will experience are directly dictated by your relationship with the other people on the server and the way they want to play the game. The collective overall attitude and intent will allow this microcosm of the Earth to play out in a usually hilarious manner. Most of the time, multiplayer games have an overall purpose, but Minecraft is all about playing nice and coming up with collective ideas. It's a great think tank scenario where no one really has to take point, and you can be working toward multiple ideas that may or may not come to fruition. The same principle from single player applies here. The experience is only what you make it. Minecraft is not a game that plays itself. You have to put concerted effort and thought into this, or at least have a really bossy friend who's willing to order you around. A collective workforce can be put toward a giant temple worshipping Cthulhu, or each person can simply build their own houses and create a town around those structures. Just because you're in multiplayer doesn't mean that experience has to be shared. You just have to be aware whatever you build is constantly in a state of almost punched to pieces. If you can't tell, I'm still quite wary of putting my heart into anything I build on a server with my friends. That message of sorry spelled out in my front yard in front of the crater that used to be my house is forever burned into my mind. With all the potential pitfalls you can face being on a server with friends who may have a mean streak, when you work together with buddies, mining and building becomes a much more fluid and fun process. Collecting resources and working together cuts down the time necessary to build something massive. Yes, I'm thinking of the Enterprise, and it's nice to be in this giant sandbox with friends. Once a feeling of what might actually be trust emanates its way through your circle of friends, you'll stop logging on every day and searching for what's been destroyed or checking chests for missing gems and trying to find the person who inexplicably has a diamond house. After you've been playing with some trustworthy and diligent people, you'll instead log on to a server and find lots of new resources and new things built. Hopefully nothing terribly phallic, but we can't have it all now, can we? I've noticed that in multiplayer, it's easy to have a feeling of persistence and urgency to do something worthwhile with the space you've carved out for yourself in this shared world. And believe me, I've seen some insane things. Massive tributes to retro games, structures pulled from some of the greatest sci-fi and fantasy stories ever told, even a fully functional portal turret. I've encountered these things and more on some great servers I've been invited into. Multiplayer is successfully done. Kudos, Notch, another aspect of this game that makes me wish I had paid more.